everyone, it's Hayden. Just wanted to let you all know before we get started that at a certain portion in the podcast, Alex's mic had disconnected. It was very unfortunate. There was a large explosion. It took us some time to recover the ashes, but he is dead. So we still have a podcast to run. It's, picking up some speed, so I just filled in the rest with AI. So, at a certain point, that kind of tinny voice that you hear that sounds like Alex, it basically is. I mean, I was surprised at how well the AI could adapt to the conversation. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to keep moving forward with this Alex AI. Let us know what you think. But sorry if it causes any auditory issues. Bye.
Welcome to the Natural Tears Podcast.
We're not gonna do a clap. Last time we did a clap. What's going on?
I'm just baiting.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Are you stressed? Should I?
Am I stressed?
Let me slow it down. Real nice here. All right. We need to understand each other. We need to pick each other's psyche.
It's been long enough that I really don't know who I'm talking to on the other side of the Discord anime icon.
It's League of Legends! It's not anime!
Sorry. I shouldn't be laughing at your outrage.
Oh, I'm sorry. Should I add more Marvel porn to keep you entertained?
Alright, listen.
Fucker.
I wouldn't like it unless it was drawn by like one of the classics.
Jack Black.
No. I don't think he's done any comic work ever. Even though he's a great comic in himself.
Would you have a Brutal Legends profile picture?
Would I have one? I haven't gotten past level 1. I guess I did like the whole like intro cinematic. It's just every single time I've played it, I've wanted to tell myself like, oh yeah, I'll sit down and I'll play it like a lot today, and then something happens, and so I've tried to play it twice.
I've defeated every enemy, and my score reads 000. This thing's defective.
LPC reference. Ding.
I'm holding the mic. I'm holding
my breath
with my hand.
Okay.
There's demons outside.
Say it like Alex Jones.
There's demons. There's demons out there.
It sounds like he has a mouthful of mashed potatoes.
I'm eating the strawberries.
It's his special Thanksgiving episode. He's sitting at a big Thanksgiving table with a comically oversized fork and spoon. And
that would probably happen.
Yeah, except if he keeps going
okay,
the way he's going,
okay.
It's gonna happen in a jail cell.
Let's clap.
Okay, all right, let's clap. I think we're probably gonna use all the stuff we've already used, haven't we?
Are we gonna use it?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I guess we could, huh?
It's pretty good. Because we're on a roll tonight. We're energized.
I'm the executioner, all right, and the judge.
That's true. You get to figure out what comes out in the edit.
Or maybe I'll put this at the end. We don't know.
Put this at the end?
Yeah.
I don't want a Tarantino podcast. I don't want people to listen to it like 3 or 4 times and say, I think that the end was really the beginning and the middle was in reverse.
Wouldn't that drive up our engagement?
It would drive up our engagement, but I think it would make the few fans we have frustrated. I don't think we should name drop people who don't consent to being name dropped.
We haven't clapped, so far I'm not even in sync with you.
Oh my gosh! All right, let's clap.
This shit is like Assassin's Creed. Right? I'm desynced.
Oh my gosh! Okay, then do the Assassin's Creed 3, 2, 1 clap. Call it.
The iconic Assassin 3, 2, 1. Good?
Yeah, I mean, I got a clap on my end, so yeah, I think we're good.
Okay.
I hope I wasn't late. Here, can we do... No, doing another one's just going to confuse things. Okay.
We can do another.
Really? That's not going to confuse things?
How could it hurt?
I have no clue. I mean, you're the editor, so if you're confident, I should be confident, right? This is my episode off. This is Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Fuck you and your vacation days, asshole. 3, 2,
Wait,
1.
wait.
Oh my god.
Is it on go? So
3,
like
2,
3,
1, clap.
3, 2,
3,
1,
2,
clap.
1, clap.
3, 2, 1,
Okay.
clap. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
All right. I think I nailed it that time. You're
I
never
think you got
gonna
it.
you're never gonna find one better than that.
My clap was a damn spike on the feed.
Yeah, mine was like a pickaxe. It struck all the way down to bedrock, but it did not rise much.
I actually put the mic down to clap, so it's mostly in the left channel.
Well,
But now this should be. Welcome to the Natural Tears podcast, everyone. Thank you for listening. First off, we'd like to give a big shout out.
Oh
the support
my
has been
God.
phenomenal.
We didn't even talk about mentioning that, but that was the first thing I wanted to mention too. By the way, I think it's obvious by the time our first episode got out, but there's no lead into these. We barely do anything to lead into these, and we don't really talk about anything. We just
I did just finish Fahrenheit 451 before starting the podcast.
Oh yeah,
but
for the book club. Yeah. Well, that part's
Yeah.
planned, but that's because we're intellectuals.
Next week is going to be The Disaster Artist, so order your copies right now.
We actually could do that. I
don't
wanted
miss
to reread
out.
it. It's a fantastic
Yeah,
book.
I got some chips here.
I
I got some freeze-dried strawberries here.
I really hope that doesn't sound bad. You're not doing like eating content on the second episode, are you? Because I can barely hear that.
I can see the waveforms, twiddling a little bit when I ate those strawberries.
Oh, I'm concerned. I don't want a mukbang podcast.
Second episode, we've already. Fuck, the numbers are low. We need to switch it up.
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Eat nacho cheese dip on the podcast.
No, don't eat anything. Oh, eat the conversation. It's ripe. It's ready to be digested.
I just picked it from the very tippy top of the bush here, and this is the second episode of the Natural Tears podcast. It's going to be huge.
Yep.
So don't touch that dial.
Let's get back to talking about how grateful we are, because I have at least a lot of emotion to put into my statements. Maybe not a whole lot of statements, but like I just have an overwhelming gratefulness for everyone who took the time to listen. Subscribers shot up really quick, and I know that was probably a lot of close friends, and we all appreciate you. Alex, you have anything else to add to that?
Got my full extended family to subscribe to the podcast.
Yeah? How far out we talking? How far removed?
Second removed cousins.
Wait, hold on. A second removed coven is great, though, because that's like a lot of people, isn't it?
It takes a village
To make a podcast.
And you know what? I didn't do this for the views. I didn't do it for the money. But
we're already messing up what we said in the first episode. Because in the first episode, and I would know because I edited it. We very clearly, I think we both did. We just said that we're trying to take someone's spot, and we want the money.
We want the money. I'm advertising it in the r/Discord right now.
Oh no! If you actually do that, we're gonna get so fucked. Please don't.
I'm advertising this on 4chan's random board right now.
That's how we're gonna get the roach guy from the first episode I talked about.
Oh, I never finished my thought. I just wanted to say I'm not doing it for the views, but I do appreciate the attention.
Yeah.
And I hope that this is a comfortable thing for you. I hope that you can do the dishes, maybe play Euro Truck Sim, maybe you're door dashing right now.
Yeah. That last one was specific.
Yeah. So keep listening. We got great things planned. This is scripted after all. And I just want you to know that the 33-minute mark is going to be huge. So stay tuned for that. Hayden, do you have any additional comments?
This is definitely scripted, and I do know what's going to happen at the 33-minute mark. And you don't have to think that I'm unprepared, because let me assure you, dear listener, I am. Yeah.
Oh, and if at the 33-minute mark, you need to make sure that you pull over. All right, open the YouTube on your phone and take a big look at that because there's going to be a big graphic.
Oh
There's
no.
I did reallocate the budget for the huge animation. All right, I got a couple artists on set for this, so
How
you're going
much
to
of
want
the
to check
budget?
that out.
How much of the budget?
Um, I did. I had to. I did give up the pink slip for your car,
What?
so
I got that when I was in high school. It's my only car.
yeah, I know, but listen, I'm gonna buy it back after because the numbers on this are gonna be huge. Okay.
Okay. What choice do I have?
Just be glad it wasn't your cats this time.
I used to have 4. Now it's just the 2. Oh man.
So how's it for me? It's wet outside. How's the weather
That's another thing that we already made clear on the first episode that's out there is where I am. But that's fine. I don't need to say it twice in both episodes. So when I was driving home today, it was just insanely dark on one side of the valley and very, very bright on the other. But the sun was going down. It was very beautiful. It's now clearing up, I think.
Yeah, dark, like cloudy.
Yeah. Cloudy. My apologies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess what I meant to say is that the clouds were so insanely thick that it was literally like looking at 2 separate times of day at the same exact time. It was.
I was
great.
gonna say Beverly Hills gets pretty light up, like at night. So
Well, it's because you have the
surprised
one
if it was
side
dark.
that faces all the lights, and you have the one side that faces all the serenity. You know, so that's what it is.
The Scientologist side.
Yeah. Who's your favorite
well,
Scientologist?
My favorite Scientologist, Ice-T.
No way. Is he actually? Because I have a real favorite one, but I think it's mostly everyone's favorite one.
I honestly only know, Tom. I think isn't Tom Cruise a Scientologist?
Yeah. I mean, at
That's
least at
that's
one
literally
point,
like the only one I confirmed now.
Oh yeah, mine's Travolta.
Is Oprah? John Travolta's a Scientologist?
Pretty sure. Do we need to do a true American fact check?
American Patriots, please log on. Beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop. And the result is
John Travolta is a Scientologist. Ugh.
that makes sense because after Pulp Fiction, what else was he supposed to do?
What do you mean? What else? He was in. I can't remember if it was before or after, but he was in Get Shorty. That's a fantastic film.
What was he in Big Mama's house?
I'm not sure because I haven't seen it. I know it's a Martin Lawrence comedy classic featuring cross-dressing and police violence, and that's a damn good setup for a comedy movie. Let me just say that.
It's up there with Medea. It's up there with Kangaroo Jack.
Have you ever watched Mrs. Doubtfire and you were like, man, I wish that Robin Williams, instead of being a cartoon voice actor, he was actually a police officer, and at any
and
moment...
black.
Well, I mean, yeah, that too. But, I mean, more so from the police aspect. At any moment, he could snap and draw for his service weapon while in the house with those kids. And that's Big Mama's house from the outside in.
Which one is the Schwarzenegger kitty movie?
Kindergarten Cop.
I guess he was a cop.
Yeah.
He could have snapped and opened fire.
I mean, he did snap and he screamed at all those kids, but thank God he was. I don't remember if he was he armed in the kindergarten, or did he make like a big deal out of not having a gun in there? I can't remember.
I unfortunately didn't see it.
Oh, see, all right.
Yeah.
Listen, if we want to do like a handshake deal, I'll definitely get in on Big Mama's house, but you have to watch Kindergarten Cop. That movie's beautiful.
That sounds like a win-lose for sure, and I'm winning.
Yeah, no, you're definitely winning. But also, I like Martin Lawrence. He's a funny guy. I like him a lot. I saw a collection of games earlier today called the Bad Boys Collection, and I freaked the hell out because I was like, are you telling me that on Steam there's a sale bundle for the Bad Boys video games starring Will Smith and Martin Lawrence? Let's fucking go! Like, I was so excited, and I clicked on it, and it was just a weed simulator and thief simulator. Um,
Not even drug dealer simulator.
or I think it was drug dealer. I don't know. It's by the same people. It's funny you mentioned Euro Truck earlier because they just made a game called Alaskan Truck Deal. Not truck dealer,
Dealer.
Alaskan Truck Driver. Um, but yeah, no. I think it was drug drug salesman, young drug entrepreneur simulator, and thief
AKA
simulator.
Hayden's childhood.
No, I didn't slang no dope. I swear.
You was cooking crack in your basement, in
I
your mama's
wasn't.
basement.
I wasn't. I would never. I did used to go out to like. Do you know what a natural wash is? Do you have any of those up where you're at?
Natural wash?
Yeah.
You gotta elaborate.
Okay. All right. Elaboration inbound. Basically, I mean, down here it's very arid and it's very like muddy and soily and even clayey in some parts. Even though
Soilenty.
there's no soilant down here. Arizona is a red state. You better believe we're not gonna have any soilant.
Full of pure red-blooded Americans.
Exactly. Hard working, beef eating. Anyways, so no, so it's a very arid place. It's very dirty, in terms of the dirt and not much else.
Oh my God.
And when it rains, sometimes the rain will cave the soil inwards, and it'll kind of make just like this little natural riverbed where water can go when it starts to rain and stuff. And as a kid, me and well, my friends and I, we would go run
Oh,
around
wait,
and
I know
play
what
in
you're
them.
talking about. I just didn't know it by the name of natural wash.
I threw in natural to make sure that you knew it was like of the earth, but everyone I know just calls it a wash. But yeah,
I don't.
I think some people
had
called
one
it a
in.
wash.
I had one in the ye old days of California, Northern California.
Yep.
Just a big gutter through Chico.
Yeah.
That was a big. That was a big. I love that place.
Hell yeah.
Go there and find needles and broken glass and a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah. Mine went under the street. And it was the street that I used
Ooh.
to get to my elementary school. So I knew exactly where it was. I knew when it was like not very loud. And so my friends and I would go hang out in the wash. And then eventually we'd be like, hey, do you want to run under the street and go to the other wash? Because the wash continued through to another neighborhood. So there's different trees, a different playground, different kids over there. Like it was a whole nother like state basically. It was like crossing the border. And we'd sprint under the road to get over there when it was most quiet. And we'd cover our ears with our hands so that the cars didn't burst our eardrums when they drove over. But yeah, we were like 9 through 11, I think. That's good
I'm
memories.
grateful to have had the ability to just fucking like wander the streets without having to worry about anything.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, that was.
I just visited. I visited my hometown of Chico just recently, and it's always weird seeing how a lot of things change, but then most of it stays the same. So I was able to take a little memory lane walk, even though it was like fucking 110 when I was there. It genuinely felt like I was stepping into a sauna, getting out of the car. It was awful.
Oh.
Well, okay, we're back. We're back. We need to do another clap. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Count it.
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, yeah, we're looking good. So what happened?
The cord fell out and Audacity stopped.
Oh, that's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
Oh man. Hey, this is a great episode to not be editing. Let me tell you. I am. I got
It
my
actually
feet
won't be
up.
so bad. I'll resync.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. You'll resync with the clap I just did. So I
I'm
mean,
just saying.
huh?
Walking down the streets of
Yeah.
Chico and seeing how like a lot of the specific spots were so like a lot of the old school there was a school across the street from where I used to live. That old school was technically for the smarter kids, but that school is like awful. It's kind of
Oh.
run down and shitty. And that school was still run down and shitty when I was there, but the school that I went to, the elementary school, was like popping. They did a full, huge new building, a new gymnasium where the a field used to be. It was it was very surreal because the old buildings were still technically there, but then you have this fucking like Black Ops 3 level adjacent to it. The
Nice.
modern architecture and the fucking neon lights. So
That's beautiful though. That must be nice to go back to your or was it would you say it was more enjoyable or less enjoyable seeing the school that you had went to dissimilar from when you last left it?
in a boomer way, it was not. I was not enthused
Gotcha.
because I kind of saw it more as uh, a corporatization of the school,
Man.
but more than it was like genuine growth. But I'm sure that like because all the neighborhoods around are still like the same, so it was
Okay.
probably fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's something in here in Washington that um, I would say for me it feels like a problem, but in reality, it's actually a good thing. It's just that there's a lot of places nearby that are getting highly developed where a lot of stores are just being run out of business and torn down so they can throw up these huge apartment buildings,
Oh, that's
big
horrible.
mass housing units, where they were, which is like it's good because housing is good, right?
Yeah.
We want
Yeah.
more people to be housed,
Yeah.
but it does drive up the property value in the area, which forces some people out, and and things that change suck. Am I
Yeah.
right?
No, I mean I
Boomers.
feel that. I feel that. I feel that way all the time. And just to add to your point, I feel like the area must be losing its heritage too. Because you probably have buildings that are much older. I mean, obviously they have to be at least a little bit older if they're getting replaced. But you probably have some buildings that are like much older and probably hold a place in the community's heart that are being paved over for a 72 floor apartment with a Walmart in the basement.
It's this specific one I'm thinking of. I think it was probably built in the '80s. It wasn't really that crazy, but it was. I think it used to have a grocery outlet in it and a Best Buy, um, and now it's just kind of like I think Spirit Halloween's there right now before they fucking tear
Oh,
it down.
those damn
But
vultures.
it is. There was this house near where I live that was kind of decrepit and shitty. That was always kind of fun to look at because it was just like this shitty rundown house in this big clearing next to the forest. And so, especially like I remember one time I was walking by that house and it was the snowy season and I saw one trail of footprints from that house leading outwards and none going back and I was like, whoa, who was phone? That shit's crazy. And
So deep.
they wrecked it and built three duplexes. So
Oh,
that's that.
that's crushing.
Hey, the property value of my house is going up though. Hey
Hey,
yo,
hey.
hey
Are you gonna
yo.
inherit it?
Inherit this house
Yeah.
when my parents die in 2060?
I don't.
No, in
I don't think
2080.
you should timestamp it. I don't think even if you go really really far with it, I still don't think you should
You
timestamp
think
it.
it's a bad omen?
I think it's asking for bad things. So,
I
anyways,
yeah, I'll probably inherit this house. I'm not. I'm not like considering it with future investments.
no. I mean,
Speaking of investments,
no. Investments about what?
Microsoft beat their quarterly earnings report by 20%, dude.
That's
Did
true.
you see that shit on the after hours market? That shit went up by like 5%. I'm
Is
in the green.
is that a lot? Is that a
Well,
lot?
when stocks like Microsoft, they don't move. They're not a heavy mover the way that like crazy stuff like crypto or GME or even Tesla will move. So
Okay.
when you have a 5% a big like 5-10% return or a boost, yeah, it's large, especially when the shares are about 300 a share.
Wow. Did you cash out? If you don't mind me asking, is that too personal?
No, no, this is a
This is a
no. I
hold.
didn't cash out. This is a hold. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
definitely gonna wait until they. Microsoft is set to do a stock split in the next couple of years, and I don't see any reason why they wouldn't keep growing. So
That's
this is
that's
this
fair.
is something that I'm gonna sit on. It was actually the initial money I used for the investment was a gift from my grandparents for graduating.
high
Nice.
school. So in their honor, I want to use it as professionally as I can.
Okay.
And through that is going to be my long-term investments.
Well, I'm excited for you. I think that's a good positive step in your financial adulthood. Yeah, good for you, man. That's sick. Huh. So
I did,
so
I did, I was able to ride the crypto wave a little bit. And I did make about 1,000 off of that.
oh
But I
oh
stepped out. I read the fucking writing on the wall, and I stepped out before things really crashed, and I have not touched it since. And sometimes I check in on the crypto prices for like Ethereum and Dogecoin,
yeah.
and it's a steady decline, very steady decline. And if you look at cultural relevance, crypto shit is about as slimy as you can ever get right now.
Yeah, which I think makes it clear that we need to address the elephant in the room. Alex has never done NFTs. He has only bought NFTs. He's bought a lot of them. He didn't do any of the Bored Ape. He was like, no, it's mainstream. I have to go counterculture with it. So instead, he just got a bunch of abstract Dali mini art. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean anything. And
It's not worth anything.
but I remember you saying that it was diamond and that you were gonna hold because people are gonna start liking AI art again.
This is a long term play right here. AI art is the future. Artists will die, and computers will take over, and I'll be basically an early holder in that. That's going to be the next Apple. All right.
This is
I'm
AI is
actually, I
starting in their
actually,
mom's garage right now.
I was one of the very first holders of the Ubisoft NFTs, the Ubisoft Quartz. Yep, I got a purple Division skin on my wallet. All right, it's right there in the blockchain.
Oh man. When comics started to try and get into NFTs, I was like, oh yeah, no, this is definitely a get rich quick scheme because I love comics, but comics has always like the comics industry has always tried to do whatever they could to stop themselves from going under. Especially, and I think that has a lot to do with Marvel, basically almost going bankrupt in the '90s, like almost like completely floundering. So now,
Let's
whenever
go.
yeah, would that have been something that you think you would have enjoyed?
No,
Would your life be better if Marvel died in the '90s?
there would be less Chunko Pops, but people would still be the same.
Yeah, yep. Who knows? Maybe it would be considered as
Redditors
like,
would still be Redditors.
well, that's true. Listen, if everyone out there listening thinks that redditors are like huge superhero nerds, I'm gonna tell you right now, I am a superhero nerd. I have been on Reddit. Those guys are assholes. It's like the Stack Overflow for comic book nerds. Like, I just feel like everyone's so rude on there, and so
He's
quick
not.
to be like, "You are wrong." It's like the comic book guy from The Simpsons. Like they just want to be aggressive.
Hayden has never had a bottle of Soylent in his life.
I'm the last alpha comic book reader.
The
Oh no, no, I don't even want to joke. That's definitely not the case. And I
very last white comic book reader.
oh man, who knows actually? Unfortunately,
What?
so okay. Let me explain. So, unfortunately, there's been a current trend. I mean, I guess it's not that current. It's been around for a long time, but I've noticed a lot of people that are in my similar demographic. Not saying I share interests or beliefs with these people, but the base like facts about them, like age and gender and location, like all are pretty similar. Anyways, I've noticed that like they lash out against stuff like Ms. Marvel and like Miles Morales being Spider-Man. It's the new Ghost Rider, and I know his name and I don't know why it just slipped. But no, the new Ghost Rider who's awesome and he like does what he does for his brother and he drives that really really sick muscle car. Um, anyways, like they're all a different race than the original interpretation of their character, and people have been rejecting them like really intensely over the. I mean, maybe like 5 years, I guess. It's just depressing. Like, all it is it's positive stories meant to induce positive thoughts, and they're just getting to be a little bit more inclusive, which I think we could all use a good amount of, and
The
people
only
are
one
denying
along
it.
that bunch, the only one along that bunch that I I didn't like, and I thought it was just because she was poorly written, not because she was non-white, was America in that new Spider-Man. I
Yeah,
thought she was really really fucking stupid. No, wait, it wasn't Spider-Man. It was
no, Doctor
Doctor
Strange.
Strange.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I thought she was really really stupid and annoying, and I wish that Marvel would never, but I just wish that they would commit and actually like make a character gay on screen and make it obvious rather than just like giving her a pin.
yeah, yeah.
It's
That's a
it's
big
just like
issue.
shitty. It's shitty corporate like fake, not woke, but like fake support
Yeah, yeah.
for people to eat up, and it's like, well, they don't really care. It just sells.
Yeah, changing your business's profile picture to a pride flag during Pride Month on LinkedIn, and then changing it
But
back. Like,
not the Saudi Arabia accounts. Nope.
that's true. That's true. We've definitely noticed that in gaming. I think there's a
Shut up,
popular image going around.
Bethesda.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate. I mean, I get it. I mean, if it's a business that's operating in the country, then like they're trying to save face and do what's normal there. But I think we should all just do what's right everywhere. You know what I mean? Ridiculous. So,
It's all business. Corporates are business. This is your daily reminder that corporations are not your friend,
yep.
and they only care about the costs being lower than the gains.
Yeah. And even if a business is trying to help, the base level of consumer, which is one regular person, even if a business is trying to help that person, there's a good chance there are other businesses screwing that business into screwing you. Because they're raising prices on you, or they're, cutting the amount of work they're giving you, or, they're going under so you can't get stuff from them. It's unfortunate. But maybe we should talk about something light. Like, let me throw at
I
you.
thought having
Oh,
something. Yeah, we can go back to penis. I just thought it was nice to have a little moment of consideration,
oh yeah, no.
thinking.
I think it's good to
Well,
be
wake
real.
up, viewers. You can tune back in. We're about to start saying penis. We're gonna say balls,
Yep, yep.
and uh, we're gonna pretend that Bill Cosby's coming on, and
Stop.
maybe say something maybe a little offensive. So you can perk your ears up and welcome back.
All of the sheeple that like dark humor and counterculture. Here we
Mm-hmm.
are. We are the shepherds. We're bringing you back.
This one's
We
for you. Tier 3 subs, this one's for you.
and can I just say really quick? I have gotten questions about a Patreon, and I'm sure they're all jokes. I mean, like we just started. A financial commitment to us is ridiculous. At least I personally feel that way, and so I just want to say, probably not gonna pursue something like that at this time. But I would like to see a transaction being made. Do you mind if I beg to the viewers really quick, Alex?
uh, we have our Steam trade link uh, lo- links in the description. Just send us. We're taking any CS2 items, any TF2 items.
Oh, I mean, if I was gonna take anything, it'd be those. But no, 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 no. I
What's
don't
your
want to.
bag? What's your bag?
My beg is just feel free to interact. I mean, the dawn is still upon us in terms of this podcast. We've only just begun. But I'd just love to see some more comments, or on the videos, or if you guys have means of reaching out to us and you want to say anything, let us know. I mean, I think
If
it's
you,
safe to say we're still learning.
we shouldn't even be talking about ourselves at this point,
Wait, why?
but it's just too self-referential. But
Okay, 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 okay.
if you enjoy this podcast and you actually want to give back, and you weren't kidding about the Patreon, we don't want your dirty money, scumbag, but we will take exposure. Tell your friends and family. Send this to your grandma.
I mean,
And
yeah,
if you wanna see this succeed, um, well, first of all, I'm not doing it for the numbers. But second of all, boost those numbers.
yeah, yeah. I think an earnest way or an earnest note I'd like to make on that is like exposure would be nice too, only just because I think would you say I have a feeling you'd agree, but I just want to make sure I'm not putting words in your mouth. I mean, we're trying to be an open-minded, inclusive, welcoming, general topic podcast, right? I think we're trying to cover all the bases and cover them respectfully.
We have not dedicated our. I think, well, maybe a little pop culture,
Yeah.
but don't worry, we'll get into the big cooking segment is coming up.
I think we already passed 33 minutes. At least on my end.
Shit.
Can you guys? How about this? How about this? You guys just go in the comments and just tell us what your favorite segment from the 33-minute mark was, from 33 flat to 33:59. Just let us know what your favorite part was. Because
There definitely will be something in there, and it's going to be pretty fucking awesome. So.
Hell yeah, brother. Oh man.
We are a diverse podcast. We accept all statures, and we will talk about all statures and ethnicities.
But in due time. I mean, no rush, right? I mean, we're all going to be here for a while, right? So
On this godforsaken earth, we'll be here for longer than we think.
I meant like we're all going to be sharing a space in the
God.
podcast.
Oh,
I meant like we're all gonna be like a I mean I'm not saying we have to be like a cult, but I mean we'll just bounce some dialogues off each other, I didn't mean like existence as a whole. This podcast doesn't go that deep, does it?
not yet.
Not yet. Until
Hey,
then,
if
let's
we're
talk about
trying-
video games.
If we're trying to fill the void of then we got to talk about deep stuff like once every like 100 episodes. So
Well, I mean I think we did. We talked about going back to our elementary schools and childhood memories, and I think that's deep. That's enough,
I think that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll also
yeah.
need to make a lot more Forrest Gump references.
Yeah, and do the impressions and act out the scenes with our avatars.
For way too long.
And then do acapellas of the soundtrack, and then
We
paraphrase
sh-
the director's commentary. Yeah.
Episode 119 is going to be a full reenactment of Holes, by the way.
Like
So,
a script
just-
read.
Well, I'm gonna get my big VHS camera, and we're gonna go shoot it out there in the New Mexico desert.
I don't want to go to New Mexico. I don't want to go. Don't make me go.
Fine, we can go to Tucson instead.
No, a fate worse than death. Oh God.
I believe you wanted to say something.
Oh, I just want to talk about video games. That's really all there
Oh,
is to it.
We can talk about video games.
Yeah, but I mean, we talked about Payday 3 last time, which is a game we both like. You want to talk a little bit about games that
Payday.
oh.
Payday 3 update. The update hasn't come out yet,
Oh yeah.
and I
looks
just
like
saw that they just started rolling out the Payday 2 rewards. So if you did like the challenges in Payday 2 that you were supposed to get when the game came out,
that over a month
you
ago.
can now over a month ago when the game came out, you can now finally start getting those rewards that you were promised. And that patch is not there. And Almir said that he is not ready to say when the patch will be out, and he cannot confirm whether or not it will be out this year. That is really something he said. So,
I mean,
end of Payday 3 update.
yeah. My only thought on that, I mean, we love the team. We're excited for what the game has the potential of being, but I also think it's safe to say we're both worried that if they don't do something this year, that those numbers are going to kill the game, and we're just gonna have to imagine what would have been. So please do anything. We love you guys, but please literally do anything to boost the game's numbers. It is getting concerning. And Alex and I cannot keep logging on 6 different computers each in order to keep the numbers up because it's eating into our power bill.
My ISP has sent me multiple letters about it, so we're really trying.
Yeah. Their sales
Note to
letters, they're
self.
trying to upgrade his plan because he's using so much goddamn internet.
Hey, yo, shout out Ziply Fiber, being the one for me.
I'm a Cox boy. Clip that.
You like Cox.
Clip that.
He likes Cox.
Clip that.
I love roosters.
I like how many
You know what I'm
times you
saying,
had
Vince
to,
McMahon?
I like how many times you had to find your way to that.
I know. I don't, you hate roosters. I don't hate roosters. You hate cocks. I love. There, and it was on screen. It
Oh
was
my
on screen.
It was. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, you're gonna make my episode look like a chump change.
I I really don't want to one up you, but I do want to take this show to new heights. Note to self: during the Payday 3 update, I'm gonna put the main menu music for Payday 3 really quiet in the back. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be funny.
You should fuck with the scale so it sounds all demented, you know.
Maybe yeah, just speed it up a little too
Well, because like the
fast.
state of the game is legitimately scary, so you should make the music scary.
Paul stretch it.
Paul, stretch it. What is this, Blade Runner?
Add wah wah.
A wah wah pedal.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was an LPC reference, right? We can get the little ding on there.
Ding.
Ding.
Did you do that for the first one? I didn't see it. Did
I
you do
did.
that for the first
Yeah.
one? Oh, okay. Is that in the asset pack? Do you have the assets for that?
I will look. I'm pretty sure I have it, but if I don't, the goat that I clipped out wasn't that good, anyways. So, but I'll look for
That's
you.
all right.
Yeah. Hey,
Okay. Did you have a specific video game we were going to talk about?
oh, it's the one that I've been talking to you about too
Oh
much.
man. For the next 23 minutes, I'm
No,
going to be entirely quiet. This is
no,
Hayden's platform.
I am not gonna go on for. I only want like 3 minutes, like maybe max. Like I really don't want that much time. I just want to talk about it.
By all means, you have the floor.
Thank you, Senator. I'll let you know when I yield. Um, okay, so just very simply put, a Ghostbusters game came out on Epic Games. I do not like Epic Games. I never got the Ghostbusters game. I love the Ghostbusters, so this was very conflicting. But Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed is finally on Steam now, and I've been playing it. It has crossplay for everything. It's a lot of fun. It's voice crack. Oh my gosh. It's a lot of fun. It's really enjoyable, and I like playing it. And I've just been talking to Alex about how much I like it because I love Ghostbusters video games. And that's all I was really going to lead into. If anything, I was just going to talk about the 2009 game after that because that game is amazing and it's my pick of the week. I'm going to tell you to play it, and we'll talk about how much you enjoyed it in episode 453.
Describe the new game though, because nobody knows this game. It's
Yeah,
got 10 players.
that's true. It's a little bit of a Deceive Inc. situation, which maybe we should also talk about. Just talking about games that
Nobody
don't have a
knows
whole lot of
Deceive Inc.
players. I don't think it's that big. I mean, I think it just got like kind of an explosion because of Humble Bundle, but we'll get back to
Our,
that.
our tier 3 subs will like the Deceive Inc. reference.
That's
Shout
true.
out to our tier 3 subs.
Shout out to our tier 3 subs. Honestly, if you asked about the tier 3 sub thing, you basically are there because you've shown the
You're,
initiative, you know?
you already have the membership, and you do get the OnlyFans access like right away.
Yeah.
So we'll be emailing that link out to you.
And the couples counseling too.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
stay tuned because we do not have the dates for that yet. Alex and I have been kind of getting into some scheduling issues, and I have some bruises over it, and I just don't want to bark up that tree again. So, yeah. But anyways, the new Ghostbusters game, Spirits Unleashed. It's an asymmetrical PvP, so it's like Dead by Daylight. Ilphonic is behind the wheel on it, and they're very famous for the Friday the 13th game, which is where the Katy Perry dance emote came from because people were doing that over Jason's dead body. And sadly, that game is not doing great right now. I don't even know if it's operational at the moment, but it was a beautiful little experiment. They tried to do something interesting with a property that is enjoyable, and that's what they did with the new Ghostbusters game in a more fulfilled way. I feel instead of having different like skins for Jason, you can play as different ghost types and do different things. You can mess with your proton pack and PKE meter as a Ghostbuster, because you can play as a Ghostbuster or a ghost. I don't know. It's a fun game. It's just sometimes it's nice to play PvP games that are not COD or CS2. You know, the competition is almost always neck and neck. It's very intense. You play. You play to specific methods in order to gain the upper hand, and sometimes it can be a little toxic. So it's nice to do something that's like I don't feel bad if I win or I lose because it's just enjoyable. That's all. I don't want to keep rambling. You're gonna make me talk the entire time.
No, no, don't talk about your interests on the podcast where we ramble. No.
Well, I just don't want to shut you out. I feel like you're banging your head against the padded cell, and I'm in here with you, and I'm going Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters. You're banging your head, wishing that you weren't there.
I slam the bed. I say, knock it off.
I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
No, I started closing my eyes, fell asleep a little bit. So we cooking. I'm back.
Oh, yeah. That's actually so unfortunate.
What do you mean? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay, that's good. Because I was going to think about it like, oh, at least on the upside, if people listen to podcasts to sleep, at least that means that I have a little bit of a something there. But now you're telling me that you lied to me and you didn't fall asleep, so I can't put people to sleep with my voice. I can't believe this.
You put people to sleep with your words, not your voice.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. All right. Well, how about you?
That was
spin your
supposed to be
words?
inspirational.
Oh, it
My
was?
my interests.
Well, I was gonna say, why don't we both go in on Deceive Inc. and tell all the real gamers how we really feel?
Deceive Inc. More like Deceive Stink, because this game is actually pretty okay.
Yeah, Deceive Stink is the name of our group chat that we made with all of our friends that have it, and we were all super excited to play private lobbies, and we're loving the game.
It was Deceive Pink, but Hayden didn't want to be Mr. Pink, so...
All I did is I said the line. I said, why do I have to be Mr. Pink? And the next thing you know, bam, changed it.
Deceive Inc. is a game... It's somewhere in between Spy Party, Among Us, and fucking Quake, I guess. But also
have some intense
Overwatch.
Shooting. Definitely like Overwatch, yeah.
Yeah, and it's made by Tripwire. I don't know if I just said that. Tripwire Interactive. They did Killing Floor.
Yep.
Or at least they're publishing it.
Something.
But it's this little game, kind of underground. I don't remember seeing anything about it ever. Maybe it was at a Summer Games Fest. Thanks, Jeff Keighley.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout out to Jeff Keighley!
We love you.
I'm going to use the crusty low-res picture that everyone uses of him.
And put Hydro Man there. His trusty sidekick. We love Hydro Man too, by the way.
Deceive Stink. You play as Overwatch, and you basically it's a little bit of a battle royale in the way that it's like you get. I think the game was intended to start with trios. You get a squad of you and two others.
Yep.
And you all have everyone on the map has a common objective to try and get the briefcase.
Yeah, the intelligence.
Which requires and you have to extract with it like it's fucking Tarkov or DMZ or whatever. It's actually, you know what? The weapon case DMZ analogy is actually more accurate than I thought because. Anyway.
Yeah, no, you're pretty spot on.
You have to get the money, get the briefcase, and everyone has to do these little objectives. But meanwhile, these squads of 3 people, everyone is automatically disguised as an NPC, and these maps are filled with these NPCs that just kind of walk around. Sometimes they'll just like start doing some miscellaneous objects based on who they are, but mostly they walk around, stand still, look around, and all that. So the main gameplay gimmick is that you walk around and try to complete these tasks while being wary of enemy players while pretending to be NPCs. And it's got a lot of little mechanics. Like I said, it's Overwatch, so you play as different characters. The characters kind of look like Fortnite.
Just a little bit.
Striking resemblance.
They've got a bit of a cartoon. Yeah.
But when you play this game, it actually, if you played a lot of shooters, it makes a lot of sense when you pick it up just like immediately. But it's actually pretty interesting. It's got a pretty good gameplay depth where it's a game of deceive stink, so you deceive, but you can also just like fucking blast people's head off.
That's the stink.
You'll go down. That's the stink.
Yeah, you'll
go down pretty quick if you fuck that up though.
Yep.
So you can definitely maybe it's a little frustrating because since it's an extraction based game mode and it's got the weapon case mechanic where as soon as you pick up the big intel, you get pinged for all enemy players, but you can also then find out who's a human versus who's an NPC. So it's a little bit balanced there, but there are still people who will wait at the extract zone and then kill you right as you're about to leave.
Vultures.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. But thankfully you can fight back thanks to the briefcase having this inherent discover other people technology.
Yeah.
But it's a little underground. It's a little slimy. There is a cosmetic store in Battle Pass, but thankfully it's like Halo Battle Pass where you can do any of the Battle Passes whenever you want. There's really no FOMO whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it was like $4 on Humble, or no, it was like a $4 key because it was on Humble Bundle.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
So
on Humble Bundle, which is how I got it. And then I told everyone, I was like, hey, if you wanted to, you could just get keys of it because Humble Bundle games normally go for really cheap as keys if you just want one game out of the bundle. Um, and yeah, a ton of people got it. And private lobbies came out recently, and which means we can all do solos against each other. And it's a really good time. It's just nice to do something friendly and competitive and funny and engaging. It's not a super intensive game. This is not Crisis, so we have friends that can play it by any means, really. And yeah, it's been nice. It's nice to have everyone get together and do something when a lot of times it's just 1 to 2 people, and a lot of times that 1 to 2 people is you and I.
you can sweat your balls off and try really hard, but honestly, because it's a game of deception, sometimes people will just enact on your failures, on your urgency, and the gunfights. I don't think, even though we have encountered several like multi-hundred level players, I don't think any of them have been god gamers that
Yeah.
like wipe us out quick. Every gunfight feels mostly fair, with the exception of some people being like, "How the fuck did he know I was a fucking?" and you just get
Yeah.
murked. But
Yeah.
thanks to playing with teams, if you get murked just right away, your teammate can just bring you back by a res or a buyback.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as long as they don't go down too. So it's both. It actually is a pretty comfortable medium of like punishing, but also comfortable. So
Yeah.
there's stakes, but there's also not really any stakes. It works out surprisingly well.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what we all need in games. Not necessarily difficulty, but challenge and the frequency of that challenge. Because without it, I think we're just pressing buttons at a screen and looking at the pictures that come out the other side. If we're not using any critical thinking, if we're not trying to do anything outside of the actual input on the controller, uh, it's just not enjoyable, right? I mean, that might be a little a roundabout, might be a little deep, it might be a little bit incoherent, but you kind of know what I mean, or maybe I was going nowhere.
It's like switching from melee to ultimate. You don't gotta be crazy.
Yeah,
You
that's a
just
good
kick
point.
back.
That's a
You
good
can just
point.
play. You could just pick Meta Knight. Okay, no one's gonna hurt you.
Yeah, still fun to win, doesn't hurt to lose. Yeah,
Yeah, thankfully, and it's really relaxing. That sounded sarcastic. It's really like they're in clutch with the big CS2 comeback that's happening right now, where you play CS2 for 30 minutes, and you feel like you're going to kill other people and then yourself. So you
yeah,
just hop on some Deceive Stink and maybe you don't win, maybe you get murked, but it didn't really matter. You
yeah,
still got the XP.
yeah. Oh, which CS2 we've been loving. And I mean, we could probably talk about video games for the entire rest of the time, but I think we only have like a couple minutes left. I don't know if we should end on video games. It's like, you know, it's like all we talk about. Um, but no, CS2 is great. I love it.
We're
Maybe
gonna
we'll have
drop video games and go outside the box.
to... I did tell Alex that I wanted
Best
to talk
movie
about
of the year.
what is the best movie of the year so far, because we're actually almost over. What is it?
Tenet. Yo, I watched Tenet and it was like I watched it in forward and then I watched it in reverse and I was like, yo,
Oh man.
worst movie of the year, Gemini Man. Yo, they cast Will Smith once, and then they cast him again. After that slap, I don't think I want to see him again. Don't touch my kids. Don't touch my kids.
Your Todd and Aaron impressions are on point.
It was okay.
No, you're good. You're good.
I could script it better, but
Who knows?
what did you want to talk about the cooking segment now?
The cooking segment?
You want to do the cooking segment?
Sure. Let's do the cooking segment.
It's weird that the script says that we need to ask that to each other, and we could just get into it. But
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have to do the build up. Like when I was like, when I was like kind of like leaning on it, the viewer, the listener, they were on the edge of their seat. Put a picture of them on the edge of their seat right there. That's you. You're looking that we caught that on the on-ride camera, so that was you.
Got you lacking, you dumb bitch.
Yeah, we Splash Mountained your ass. Look at your phone next time. We have access to your camera. Anyways, so that's you on the screen. That's you on the edge of your seat when I was going, and then when I said yes, bam, put the picture up of them falling out of their seat.
You.
That's
you're
that's
fucking
you on the floor.
Hog champing.
We got
you're
you
drooling.
Twice. Yep.
Check your pants. You're gonna find something there you didn't see. You didn't know was there.
It's our business card. It says Natural Tears Esquire.
It's a link to the Patreon. Yeah.
Okay, cooking segment. I'm gonna let you cook.
Cooking segment. Top 10 recipes. Number 1, hot dogs.
Yep.
Number 2, mac and cheese.
Number 3, put them together.
Number 4, animal style double.
Ooh, wait, hold on. Only number 4.
Put that on
That's not
screen.
right. Oh.
There it is. Actually, take that off screen. Thank you.
Yeah, because if we get them hungry, they're just gonna leave, and then we're not gonna get the last 5 minutes of the listeners, and it's screwed. And ugh.
The ad revenue is stacked towards the end rather than anywhere else. So yeah, don't tune out. Don't leave.
Yeah, I need my pink slip back for my car. I need it. It's important. I have a day job that I go a lot of places for. I really need my car.
Your Jeep kind of looks like a school bus for pimps.
So you dropped New Mexico and you just did that?
You told me you never heard who Alton Brown is?
Wait, hold on. That's the cooking segment?
You don't know who Alton Brown is?
I don't. I really don't.
Oh my god! Don't tell me you've never seen Good Eats.
I've never seen Good Eats.
Oh no! This fucking casual. He doesn't even know this is a Good Eats household. This is an Alton Brown household.
Okay, hold on. I've only ever seen him on Top Chef. I was a Gordon Ramsay kid. My parents slept, and breathed Gordon Ramsay. They later in their lives, they're still alive, but still later in their lives, they
God rest his soul. God rest his soul.
Oh man, we're referencing all the classics. But anyways, no, they got to go to Gordon Ramsay's restaurant, and they love it, and they would definitely go again. And I'm gonna use the tier 3 money to take them. No, seriously, they love Gordon Ramsay. That's not even a joke. Them going wasn't a joke either, but they adore.
No wonder they were so mean to me when I saw them.
My dad did the idiot sandwich bit on you, but instead of like cupping the bread to your cheeks, he like clapped it full power. He made both your
ears bleed. He like rubbed it into my cheeks. It hurt for like a week after. My cheeks were red and rashy.
So let's say it gave you a rash because it was sour. It was sourdough, so it was scratchy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, so I'm not familiar with Mr. Brown.
I didn't really watch Gordon Ramsay, which is why like the cultural relevance for Gordon Ramsay like exploded, right? Because everybody's like, "Oh, where's the fish sauce? Indian sandwich." Yeah. I was like, okay. The joke is that he's mean.
Yeah.
I get. Which I get, like I don't really have any disrespect. I literally just didn't watch. What was he in Hell's Kitchen? I didn't watch it.
Yeah. So
I think I may have watched a little bit of the. Doesn't he have a show where he goes to restaurants and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, Kitchen Nightmares. Yep.
Yeah. So I did watch a little bit of that, but it didn't mean anything to me. For me, it was. I kind of watched the Food Network. I watched a lot of Storage Wars. in the pawn
Ooh,
shop.
yeah, with Brandy and what's the guy's name? And he's not on the show anymore for some reason. The second half of that couple.
Fuck, I don't even remember.
But like, did you know that he's not like on the show anymore?
Are they still making Storage Wars?
Oh, they are. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I don't.
TLC's got to make their money somehow.
I think the girl named Brandy. I thought that was her name. The second half of that couple, and then Dave. The guy that goes, "Yep." He's still there, and I think he still wears the hat that says "Yup." I would wear
Yeah,
that. I would wear that. Oh
but
man.
Alton Brown, we just watched my mom just watched a hella good eats, and it was like a really good descriptor that because I did bring this up with Hayden earlier, that I made it the great descriptor for good eats. I thought it was a Food Network Bill Nye,
Yeah.
and I think that's totally true because it was this very lighthearted like cutesy cooking show in which Alton Brown was acted a whole lot like Bill Nye. It had a whole lot less like '90s music videos than Bill Nye, but it would be like corny shit where the camera would be in the oven and then he'd pull the camera out of the oven and start talking to you or like through the fridge and stuff. So it was just I have a lot of fond memories about Alton Brown, and
Yeah.
I asked my I asked my girlfriend just recently, just like 2 hours ago. I was like, you know Alton Brown, right? She said no, and I was like, you don't know Alton Brown? Am I alone on this? Viewers, if you made it to this part of the podcast, I love you. And drop
Yeah.
it down in the comments if you know Alton Brown. If you don't know Alton Brown, tell me. Because I feel like I'm going insane because I feel like Alton Brown should be a lot more popular than he's seeming to be. I know he's kind of like I think he does stuff on TikTok now, but he's still kind of kicking
Well,
it.
so does Ramsey, and Ramsey did that
Oh
first.
yeah.
Ramsey was the first person to go on TikTok and watch a video of a 9-year-old trying to cook, and he drops the pan, and Ramsey says, "What the fuck are you doing, idiot?" Ramsey was the first person to chastise children on TikTok, so don't act like Mr. Brown is some kind of innovator, okay?
No, no. His thing would just be like doing what he did, but to the new age. Gordon's just leaning into the meme.
Gordon has been a little bit nice. But yeah, no, he does have those moments where you're like, dude, don't go in on this guy. They clearly don't know what they're doing.
Man,
Like,
get the pepper off there.
but that happened on Kitchen Nightmares too, where sometimes like there'd be a cook and he'd be like, "I graduated high school and Tony is my cousin's boyfriend, so he said I'm gonna open a restaurant. I said, yeah, I'm gonna be the cook, and I only know how to make quesadillas." So I'm here, but if someone asked me to be like a bouncer, I'd say yeah. And then Gordon comes in and he's like, "What are you doing, Sergio?" And he's like, I don't care much about
I
this." And
don't
he's
know,
like,
Chef.
and Gordon's like, "Okay, well you can leave. You don't have to work here." And he was like, "Oh, really? All right, cool." And he just leaves. That's happened on episodes where guys just like give up halfway through. One of the first episodes, a guy just like walks out and he's just like, "Whatever, man," and he just leaves.
I know people like that too.
I used to work with guys who used to hit weed carts back at the Chipotle when they were cooking up food. Oh man, they used to tear it up. I remember one of my friends. He was like, "I don't know if there's weed in this," and I was like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "I don't think this is weed in here. I feel fucked up." And I was like, "Do you need to drive?" And he was like, "I think I'm just gonna sit in the parking lot for like an hour."
All of my like retail coworkers. I don't think I've had any solid stoners, but like everyone I've ever worked with, fucking nicotine addicts. They'd always be puffing,
Yeah, yeah, yep.
especially the young dudes, the big jewel phenomena.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Those
can
I
I tell
definitely know a ton of people. Go ahead.
I want to tell a Chipotle story about someone getting fired. Do you think that's against the rules? Do you think that person's gonna listen to that and be like, "Man, I wish people didn't know that."
Did you sign an NDA?
Hell no.
Then fuck them.
This guy was also an asshole. I just want to say, if you listen to this and you know who you are, remember when you asked me and you looked at our coworker and you were like, "Hey, she's got a nice butt," and I was like, "Dude, she's a minor," and you were like, "Ah, yeah." You remember when you did that? Fuck you. I'm gonna tell the story about
Fuck
how you got
you.
fired. You should go to hell for that. There was no remorse. Anyways, um, So basically, this guy got hired because maybe I shouldn't be too specific because I don't want to. Yeah. I'll just say
My
how he got
cousin
fired.
Tony owned the restaurant.
Yeah.
He said, hey, I can be the cook. I said, okay.
He made quesadillas. No, okay. So all that happened was that he just popped into the bathroom for a break, and he just started hotboxing the shit out of the bathroom. And I don't think it was like locked or anything. So our manager like opened the door and was just like, oh, and it was the manager that had advocated for him to get hired. So it was just like this. It was like a dishonorable discharge, but like neither of them wanted to admit it. Like they both walked back and they were like, all right, like let's get this over with. And before you know it, the guy was just no longer working there. Um, and
You
like
gotta go.
I could tolerate working with him, but like honestly, he was a dick, and I don't feel bad about it. And that's one of the only times I've ever worked a job, a traditional job. That's one of the only times where I can look back at my coworker and I can be like, yeah, they were irredeemable. I haven't met that many people like that professionally, but yeah. So, but
It wasn't even like, I mean, the minor comment was bad, but just hotboxing the bathroom is not like morally corrupt.
it's not morally
Just
corrupt.
irresponsible.
He was just a huge asshole. Like he would get out of work, like he would go to work, but like he would like find ways to just not do it. And he thought he was cool. He was like, "Oh, come on, you're gonna make me sweep." It's like, yeah, it's your job. Like, like I'm here, I'm doing what I do. I'm not like the fastest guy ever. I'm not like the most experienced. I don't have all the answers, but I'm doing it. Like I get paid to do it. The customers respect me. My employer respects me. So like just like this is not a bad work environment. Just do it. That always just rubbed me the wrong way. People they were just like, come on, man, really? It's like,
It's like the high school like defiance, reject
yeah,
authority attitude
that was
carrying
definitely
into
it.
the quote unquote professional world.
Yeah, yeah. And it was ironic because like every single person there except for like two people weren't over the age of 25. So it was already a very young atmosphere, and yet he was denying the authority of people who were like 3 years older than him. It's like it's not like at that point you're just being an objection. You're just being an obstacle. But yeah,
I don't think I've ever had a burrito made for me that wasn't somebody who looked like they just got out of Mr. Reichley's English class.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I will tell you, down here in Arizona, I've had a lot of people who are well above my age making burritos, but that's because it's authentic Hispanic cuisine down here. It's people who have been doing it their whole lives, and they're just fucking delicious.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, I just meant Chipotle specifically. I just think they have
oh,
a
yeah,
really
yeah,
high
yeah.
turnover rate. Not
Yeah.
not in the burritos. Still the best burrito I've ever had. There's this Mexican restaurant I went to. Fucking nicest owner I've ever seen.
Oh,
He's a
yeah?
he's a big guy, but really nice. I went there. I think I was just by myself at the time, and I got a big Verdes enchilada plate, and he put his big hand on my shoulder and says, "Everything all right, my friend?"
Aw, that's
And I
so
was like,
nice.
"Everything's so good, thank you, thank you." And my soda had like two sips taken off of it. He said, "Let me get you a refill."
Nice. He's
Yeah.
classy.
So, and it was like 40, 50, 60. So point of that was, uh, shout out to our boys in blue.
Yeah, the undercover cops that work at the Mexican restaurant and give you the
You make a
refills.
mean enchiladas Verdes.
No, I love Mexican food. It's delicious, I'm
Good
assuming it
thing.
was a small shop.
Yeah, it's a home style family kitchen for sure.
Hell yeah, that's perfect. That's
If
great.
you're in the Seattle area, go to this isn't the place, but go to El Camion. They have several locations, but it is genuinely the uh, best barbacoa burrito you could ever get.
Ooh,
It's world class, world famous. Well, not really, but it's preem.
yeah.
Chum.
I mean, I think a lot of the quality can be felt in your soul when you support a small business. Like that's a good feeling, and like that's a little bit like I know I'm being a little bit emotional with that comment. I know it's a little charged, but I do believe it. I think there's something internally fulfilling about passing it along to somebody who might need it just as much as you do.
Your dollar does go longer than it would feeding the McDonald's execs.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. But
So
yeah,
if there's a good business in your area, support it. If there's a bad business, don't support it. It's simple as that.
yeah, yeah. Maybe
But maybe if you know if Jay's Diner made a slapping chicken and waffles, just toss them a few bucks.
give them a review. Maybe,
Yeah,
get them
yeah.
out
If
there.
if Taco Bell fucked up your order, fucking bang their line and be as mean as possible, as mean as you want. Fuck them. But if Barbara, your server, accidentally gave you the biscuits and gravy instead of the chicken and waffles, just be nice to her, okay? She's been there for 40 years, all right?
Yeah.
Her mind's not what it used to be,
Aw,
and
that's
she's
sad.
trying. So
Is she smiling?
she wakes up with a smile somehow. We don't know how she does it, but
Okay,
she
that's
wakes up
good.
with a smile.
I would hate to see her hurt like that. Oh, well,
I don't know if that was too bittersweet, but you
no.
could. Do you have something nice to say to end this off?
I think the best way to wrap this up is a little bit of a call and response. So first off, the call. After listening to this, go support a small business. Buy an ornament for the upcoming holidays.
Ooh,
When we get this out,
get
the
your
holidays
orders
are
in.
coming. Oh,
You want to do your shopping on December 23rd. All right, so just get your Christmas presents now,
yeah,
and then give them later. You don't
yeah,
have to wait for Black Friday, dude.
that's true. And get them from small businesses, or go out and get a burrito from the Mexican place that has been around for like 35 years, or you know, go
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 and
go
buy
get a
a
sandwich from
resin.
the diner.
Go buy a resin chopping board. All right, that kind of looks like an ocean
Hmm.
on it
Yeah,
from from Uncle Steve, the craftsman, right? Then go down to Viva Jalisco, all right, and pick up just a solid fucking carnitas taco plate,
yeah,
all right, and tip give the guy who's making your tacos just like $2-3 at
yeah,
least,
yeah,
and then go home and
and feel
sit
the
in front of like
positivity.
a cozy fire,
Yeah,
listen to the song that's playing right now,
yeah,
louder, and just really feel the warmth inside of you.
yeah,
And with that note, I would like to say thanks for listening. Hope
yeah.
you enjoyed.
Thank you,
Support a small business.
and let us
Support
know in
all your parents.
Well, I mean, I was gonna say let us know in the next episode if you do it, and then that'll be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me know if you know who Alton Brown is, and thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
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 Hasta la vista. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Cool.
Okay.
That's that.